Have you ever been ignored? Have you ever been made to feel that you really don't matter? Have you? Didn't feel really good, did it? Feeling of emptiness. You actually might begin to believe that you're not important, that you don't matter. Sometimes we might actually treat others in that way. Perhaps it's as we're driving down Route 18 and we're coming to a stoplight and we see the beggar. We don't want to make eye contact. We pretend to be talking on our cell phones. We pray that that red light will soon turn green because that person doesn't matter. They're a pain. They don't matter. They don't count for anything. How dare they have to beg? Today we encounter Bartimaeus, a beggar, someone who didn't matter. Well, to most people anyway. I want you to think of the scene. There's a rock star coming to town. It's this Jesus. Everybody wants to see Jesus. The crowd must have been large. We hear Mark recount that it's sizable. Everybody's peeking. I would have been with Zacchaeus up in the tree. But Bartimaeus, this beggar, this homeless man, hears, because he can't see, that Jesus is about to pass by. And so this nothing, this lowlife, this person who doesn't matter, dares to call out to Jesus, "Son of David, have pity on me." I'm guessing that Jesus heard Bartimaeus. But of course, it's all a part of the plan. The crowd says, "Quiet, don't bother the master. You don't matter." But he keeps calling out. He persists. And Jesus says, "Call him." And then there's that wonderful question. What do you want me to do for you? Jesus already knew. Some might have said, Jesus is ignoring Bartimaeus. He hears him, but like everybody else, he realizes Bartimaeus doesn't matter. Bartimaeus persists because that's what the Lord wants us to do. He wants us to never give up. Now, I can tell you, I try to be a man of prayer. And sometimes I just want to say, all right, I give up. He's not listening to my prayers. Why do I bother? And on the day of my ordination, I promised to pray for the church and the world every day. And sometimes I rumble through my office of readings, and I think to myself, gee, if I had skipped this today, would you have even known? But Jesus wants us to persist. He doesn't want us to give up because he wants us to know that we are important, that we matter. But sometimes we do give up. Sometimes we think, my prayers won't be heard. I'm not that important. Yes, I'm like Bartimaeus. Bartimaeus teaches us something extremely important. Remember, he's blind, so the cards are stacked against him already. And he's homeless. He would have had to have kept his possessions really close by. He doesn't have much, but we know he has two things. He has a cloak and he has a walking stick. And when Jesus calls this blind beggar, raising him to a whole new level of dignity, Bartimaeus leaves his possessions behind and he follows. Sometimes things get in the way. Things prevent us from persisting. The Lord doesn't ever want us to give up. That's why we are a people of hope. Even in the darkest moments of our lives, we need to persist. We need to recognize that Jesus wants to hear us. He wants to hear me. He wants to hear you. He invites us over and over and over again to call out, to cry out, to yell, to scream, so that we can know how important we are to him. The question that Jesus asks this blind beggar, Bartimaeus, the son of Timaeus, what do you want me to do for you? That's the question that he asks each of us today.